AI is helping solve two of the biggest problems with robotics. One is vision. Vision has always been really, really hard for robots or computers. That's improving super fast. The other one is the ability to hold physical objects and not break them. The ability to really delicately move things around, to know something is glass and that you simply shouldn't hold on to it too tightly when you move it over here. So those two things mean a lot of new robotic applications. We're coming up now finally on the era of the robotized hamburger. This was one of the very first ones, a company in Silicon Valley that actually still has a restaurant where it's running in Daly City. If you're ever there, it's called Concept. The robot makes the entire hamburger. It tears up the lettuce, it cuts the tomatoes. You can actually tell it that you'd like half buffalo and half beef, and it grinds it. And it's a great hamburger. It earned 4.5 stars on Yelp in San Francisco, which is like impossible since everyone in San Francisco knows everything about food. And it's $6. It's really an amazing hamburger. So all of the fast food companies now are working on various forms of hamburger and grill robots using the vision and the tactility. Other robots that don't look like robots. These are two that are being trialed in some fairly large retail stores. One is a knife sharpening robot, and one does nails. And I've used the knife sharpening robot, and I've seen the nail one done. The knife sharpening robot does a really good job, probably a better job than, I'm sort of a knife person because I do a lot of cooking. Put an edge on it that a lot of professionals can't get. As far as the nails go, I'm not really an expert on that, but certainly seem to be doing a nice job. Again, vision and tactility. And then finally, enough robots, but I have to tell you about this one because it was tested last summer in England. Europe is much more robotized than we are in agriculture because they don't have the same access to immigrants as we do. Some amazing robotized dairy farms in Northern Europe. But this is a raspberry harvesting robot. And the researchers did this because they talked to professionals who said the raspberry is the hardest fruit of all to harvest. Don't know, makes sense to me. So this goes down the aisle, the rows of raspberries. It looks at each one. It's not fast because it has to focus in, make a decision about whether that is ripe, figure out exactly where it is, come in, pluck it. Again, the tactility question, and put it in a little bucket. And it's slower than a human, but it will work 24 hours a day. It works in infrared, so it can work all night with its own little infrared. So I think someday you'll look at a raspberry field in the middle of the night and you'll hear rustling, and it's the harvesting robots going up and down the rows.